Hey everybody, happy Saturday. I noticed the poker one day is live. I was thinking about streaming the mystery one day, but the way those things work, they tend to be really, really heavy on cogitation and thinking, especially to get the 12th clue. So I decided not to. Instead, I'm going to be doing the poker mini league. I used to play a lot of poker. I was kind of really into it during the poker boom era, and I used to play a lot in Atlanta when I was there. I have basically given it up. I haven't played any in a long time, but it is still a favorite game of mine, and I still follow it. So I'm looking forward to doing this one day. All right. Here we go. I won't be playing Amazing Race today. I've seen like about 2 episodes of the show, and, you know, just not my thing. Okay. In this hand of Hold'em, who wins? Which player ended up with the best poker hand? All right, click here. All right. So, okay, we have Diamond flush to the Jack is currently winning, but, well, no, because somebody's going to have a full house, right? Well, King, Queen of Hearts is nothing. The pair of 10s is 2 pair. The 7-6 is full house. Okay, there's the 7's full of 6s. 5-8 is a straight, that loses. Ace-King loses. Ace-9 loses. 10-8 loses. Okay, good. Yep, 7-6 is the winner with the full house. Unless I'm missing something. Yeah, no straight flush is possible, and nobody's got a pair of 7s, so that's going to be the winner. Player 3. Easy for most people if they take the time to solve it. What is the common name of the 7-card stud game in which the pot is split between the winning hand and the player with the highest spade in the hole? Highest spade in the hole wins half the pot. I believe is called Chicago. That's one of those. I believe there's a brief line that's a reference to it in Rounders. Other than that, I really don't know. But yeah, this is Chicago. Highest spade in the hole wins half the pot. I've watched that movie about 150 times, so that's a little bit of an example, but okay. All right, every 5-card straight contains either a blank or a blank. Okay. Have to think about this for a minute. Certainly you can have ace through 5. Two through 6, 3 through 7, 4 through 8, 5 through 9, 6 through 10. So I've already got ace through 5 and 6 through 10. So is it a 5 or a 10? Yeah. Because you're going to have 6 through 10, you're going to have 10 through ace. Yeah, so it contains either a 5 or a 10. I can't make a straight without using either of those 2 cards. Yep. In the mixed poker game Horse, the R stands for which game? That is Raz. That is basically 7-card stud, but you're trying to make the worst possible hand. It's fun. It changes. It means that you don't have stuff like 9s lose to 8s. It kind of narrows the range of hands, which makes it a fun game to play. There's a lot more, lot less random losing and a lot more fun, I think. The ante, the forced bet found at the beginning of many poker games, derives its name from the Latin word for what? Well, I think it just means before. That's what it means. All right. Poker Night was a working title of what famous American play and later movie that launched the career of Marlon Brando? I believe that's a streetcar named Desire. Largest poker room in the world is located in what appropriately named California city? California. Is the largest poker room in the world the Commerce Casino? If that is true, then it is in Commerce, California, and that would be appropriately named. Might not be right. That is one I know. All right, here's a misdeal. Rare painting of indoor life. By what American artist? Okay. Well, we've got a Western theme. We've got, yeah, I mean, I'm assuming this is Frederick Remington. Famous American learned to play poker as a youth in Abilene, Kansas before going to West Point, where he attended cadet dances only now and then, preferring to devote his time to poker. Who is from Abilene, Kansas? I know that Nixon was famously good at poker. I believe it is, I've heard tell that Truman was good at poker. Was Nixon in the Army? Nixon go to West Point? I don't recall that being true of him. Was Norman Schwarzkopf from Kansas and into poker? Was Patton into poker? The Abilene, Kansas thing I feel like should be triggering something for me, but at this moment it isn't, so I'm going to wait. You know who might be good at poker is Bob Dole, and he's a Kansan guy. I'm going to say him. I definitely know he was in the Army. And probably did go to West Point, so that's who I'm going to go with. I definitely believe he was in the Army. I'm a little bit bad on like the backgrounds of presidential candidates before they became politicians. Like that's probably something I need to pick up. I think that's a logical person, though. Number 1 on the all-time tournament poker winnings list, what professional poker player recently placed 11th in the 2015 World Series of Poker main event? Yeah, people were pretty disappointed to see this. This was Daniel Negreanu, Kid Poker. Didn't make the final table this year, which was a bummer. Yep. A bummer for some people. Some people don't like him. He talks a lot. As a guy who also talks a lot, I tend to think he's a pretty good guy. I like watching him on TV. He also plays Hearthstone, which is a game I like, so hey, more power to you. What phrase, which describes deflecting blame or responsibility to another person, came from the American frontier poker rooms, where the dealer indicator was usually a knife with an antler handle? Okay. Well, this wouldn't be pointing the finger. Passing the buck? That's good. That would be an antler. A buck has antlers. That's good. Okay. What American band sang of staying up all night with Freddie King? I gotta tell you, poker's his thing. I don't know. Those aren't lyrics I know. Just trying to think who this, who we might go with. It's the sort of lyrics that you might imagine someone like Grateful Dead. It's a band. Could be right. Yeah, it's not a song I know, which makes me feel like it's more likely to be someone like them. I'm not like a huge Grateful Dead fan or anything, so that's what I'm going to go with. I gotta tell you. Yeah, I'm going to look that up as soon as we do this. Okay. I feel pretty good about these. All right. What's going to happen here? Part of the question we have to ask is who played. People tend to miss Remington questions anyway. Like, I don't think he's as famous as I think he is. My parents had a Remington, like a little Remington kind of like replica sculpture or whatever in our house. And so like I always thought of him as like an artist everybody cares about, but it turns out not to be true. I'm going to be aggressive, so I'm going to put a check mark on Dole there. I really do feel like I've heard Bob Dole was good at poker. The only thing I'm worried about is that Nixon spent time as a youth in Kansas, but that's not what I've got in my head for him. All right. Think Chicago for the spade thing. That's not a variant that people play a lot. So it's basically, have you seen Rounders, or did you play like really old poker computer games where they used to have 40 variations in them instead of just the major casino games? So that's what I'm going to go with. The question is also, yeah, I'm going to go with commerce. I think even people who play some poker would miss that potentially. And passing the buck, deflecting blame or responsibility to another person, passing the buck, pretty obvious. I mean, there's not a lot of you'll get to that if you think about it for a couple minutes. So I'm gonna go with I want to money this just in case it's right. I have no idea. Really stinks. I hate not knowing. I hate not being sure. Okay. Well, that's what we're gonna do. Oh, man, does this sound like Up All Night with Freddie? I gotta tell you. I mean, I'm wondering if that leads into this. These questions have been good in the sense that they've been like well clued. I wonder if that leads to another line that. But yeah, I'm not sure enough. So we're just gonna put that. Because my vague hope is that that's actually not that hard. And someone will, and it won't be wrong to not money it if I'm wrong. Ugh, I'm just looking for something better. I guess Raz, certainly, if you don't know poker super well and you check into the quiz anyway, you'll probably get that right. And in that case, I should probably also put Negranu, because I guess a lot of people will just kind of pop in, see if they know anything, know a few things, and play. And most people probably didn't watch this year's World Series of Poker, so that's probably right. Okay, I'm happy with these answers. That's what we're going to do. Let's see how we did. Player 3, Chicago, 10 and a 5. Raz, before. Streetcar, Commerce, sweet. Frederick Remington. Dwight Eisenhower is from Kansas. Of course he is. That makes a lot of sense. Ugh. All right. Daniel Negreanu is right. Passing the buck, and it's Grand Funk Railroad. All right. What song is that? Is that... Okay, that is from American Band. Hey, what American Band sang? All right, that wouldn't have occurred to me to say anyway, so that's fine. Okay, so we missed a money, so we're not going to do that well, but we did okay anyway. Yeah, hopefully we'll get top, I don't know, 40, something like that with that score. I should know where Eisenhower's from. That stunk. Anyway, I should know cities. Okay. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Sorry, I feel bad when I miss a money. It just makes me feel like sorry. I'm not like sorry to you. I just feel like grumpy and don't really know how to articulate it other than to apologize because I'm both Midwestern and Catholic. So, anyway, have a good one. Bye.